Hey everybody, I'm so glad to have you back for another entry in our WoW Alpha hardcore leveling series, and I'm super happy to see that yesterday's exploration video has been so well received. Rest assured that that series will continue shortly. There is really a lot that we have yet to uncover, such as Karazhan, Hyjal, the South Sea Isles, and a lot more of all that good stuff. In today's video, you're going to be seeing a little bit of Ratchet, Cantario, Mulgore, Bluff, as well as Cairn Bloodhoof, the old leader of the Tauren that you might know from Warcraft 3. However, he doesn't have textures yet, so a little bit of a spoiler for that. Streaming and recording does have its pitfalls though, so you will be seeing the live chat on the screen here. Sadly, I am making sure that that won't happen again in the future. I've already found a fix for that, but I messed up a little bit and it ended up in the recording, and there's really nothing I can do about that except have a big black box over it or whatever, so I guess, yeah, you'll just have to bear with that, please. The video switches to 4.3 at some point as I was having some lag-related issues in full screen, which is to be expected from an alpha version, but it's also why you can almost see me die here on the screen right now. So don't be alarmed if the aspect ratio changes halfway through. And also I can now live stream on YouTube, so I'd love for you to keep an eye out for that. We're going to be streaming the Alpha Hardcore series, and more WoW Hardcore content is to come also. I have some spicy plans for the official Hardcore release, so I absolutely hope that you're going to be staying tuned for that. Saying that, I think here on the screen you will see me switch to 4.3 shortly, because that fight against those two Centaurs almost cost me my life, and that's after just having been live for like 5 minutes. Yeah, there you go, that's the switch to 4.3, and we see the bridge that leads into southern Barrens just north of Cantario. Left and right of us would be the Scytheclaw nests where you place the feathers for Sergrog Darkthorn, but that is not in the game yet. And I was hoping to do the quest for Mankrik that has you collect the boar tusks. However, I see these guys are level 19 and 20, so I think better than, you know, waste my life trying to kill those guys, because you need 60 tusks and that's just not happening on level 16. We still don't have a wand. I did get Chen's empty keg though. I found it in Northern Barrens just north of the first Quillboar encampment. I sadly don't have a recording for that as that got corrupted. Once again, I'm still getting into the swing of things, and you know, as I move along that won't happen and I can continue to bring you a complete series on YouTube, hopefully, if you don't catch the live stream. But I do enjoy live streaming, and I do enjoy communicating with you guys, and you know, just I really like the community aspect about being live and playing video games. I always enjoyed that. I used to stream a lot of Counter-Strike when I was still playing that back in 2014, 2015, and Age of Empires. And you know, nowadays I'm more of an RPG gamer, so WoW is my RPG of choice. I'm also playing a lot of CRPGs, as you might have seen my Divinity video. So yeah, there's less FPS for me and more RPG, and there will be more RPG to come. So if you like what you're seeing here, or if you just enjoy seeing WoW Alpha or, you know, classic content in general, then I hope that you will be a frequent guest on our channel, as we actually get the White Lion quest. We got that quest in Cantario, which is already in the game, contrary to what I said in a past video. We were live yesterday for about 4 hours, I think, and I gotta say that close call at the start of the stream was actually the closest it's been since then. We had pretty much smooth sailing. To spoil you a little bit, I finally got a wand. You will be seeing that in next episode, hopefully. However, there is a little bit of a catch about wands, so if you're interested in seeing that, then, you know, that should be coming to you in the course of the next few days. I do think we're going to be doing a little bit of an alpha exploration video tomorrow again, as I check my quest log here. And well, the moral of the story is we're kind of running out of quests, even though it looks like we have a whole bunch. A couple of them aren't working, such as Varrock the Dervish, the Centaur guy in the second Oasis isn't working. Oh yeah, I decided to include this thing here, which seems to be a Tauren ball game of sorts. I really like this asset. I haven't seen it, or at least I didn't notice it in any of the classic retail versions. I do believe it is a reference maybe to a ball game that the Incas or the Mayas or the Aztecs, I'm not sure, some South American civilization used to play that, where they would have rings suspended from the arena and you were only allowed to play with your knees and your elbows. So that's a little bit of a historical fun fact there. Not too well-founded knowledge on my part though, but yeah, if you're curious in that, then you can probably look it up and, you know, make the proper research regarding that. Sadly, I didn't bother. Probably I should have. On the screen here, you see the ogre model. It's also already gone sadly, but yeah, I hope you paid attention for that, so you would have seen that. Here's Brewmaster Drone. He doesn't have texture on his hair, so he has a nice little pink afro. Oh yeah, I'm showing it again. So you can see these ogres looked a lot more humanoid. And right now I'm just thinking about, should I go to Thunder Bluff or should I run to Cantario and then go back up to Crossroads? It's probably the same distance. As I make my way to Cantario, however, I run into a little bit of an issue here as I pull a pack runner and his hyena. So normally, at least with the Quillboars, the pets despawned when you killed their master. So that's what I'm banking on here, kinda, as I try to burst down the pack runner. But you can see the damage is pretty spiky. As soon as my power word shield is down, I really don't stand too much of a chance against these guys, and I really need to watch out so I don't die. I even toss a heal here, the first heal in a couple of levels. Normally it's pretty much a given that I will be running away if I drop low, because the leash range of the mobs isn't too big. And yeah, that's Cantario. You might be surprised to see there's a bunch of people here that appear to be homeless because there's only one tent and it ain't too big. And the guy at the forge seems a little bit lonely as well. He does have the usual quest. Actually, no, he doesn't have the usual quest. He has one quest that is usual, which is Weapons of Choice. It has you collect the weapons from the Quillboars down south. And then he has the Shards of a God quest, which I'm not sure which god they're referring to, probably the god of the Quillboars, as you are collecting the blood shards for him. In the 1.12 version, you're actually collecting the blood shards for the Quillboar that's caged. The caged Quillboar we saw, however, in last episode, he is in Crossroads right now. So that's a little bit of a curious change. The Everglow Lantern exists already, and apparently you can even equip it in your offhand. So offhand weapons, or, well, not weapons, but offhand assets seem to be in the game and working. So that's pretty interesting to know that the Everglow Lantern is one of the oldest items in WoW, actually. So, you know, these are the Horde guards. They have a little bit of a different skin. The iconic grunt model wasn't in the game yet, apparently, or at least it wasn't being used. It should have been in the game because you see it in even older alpha footage in some of the marketing PR material that Blizzard put out. You see a lot of those grunts, actually, as we have a little bit of a hiccup there on the recording. We're trying to talk to the leatherworking trainer and the tailoring trainer. They don't have a dialogue yet. That's just the case for some of the trainers, not all of them though. So I guess they didn't really get to that yet. But yeah, you can find working trainers for, I think, every profession in the game. From what I saw, the only thing that I didn't check yet is blacksmithing, I do believe. So you might want to check for that, I suppose. If you actually followed the stream a little bit, then you know this is not our first visit to Mulgore. However, it's the first that I will be managing to bring you because, as I said, the recording got corrupted. And there is a curious line on the ground. It's like a dark texture that runs all the way from the end of the Barrens through Mulgore as I show you the ravaged caravan. You know, streaming on Kick or live streaming in general means that when there are some people watching, you don't want to run through Bloodhoof Village twice. Since I did that already in the course of the stream, but you know, the recording got corrupted, I couldn't show you that now, but I'm going to be doing a full exploration video of Mulgore for sure. There is some interesting things to be said about the Bloodhoof Village that might surprise you. That's all I would say about that. And we find the interesting looking pink strider here as we finally make it to Thunder Bluff. And, you know, there's not really too much change about Thunder Bluff, although it looks a lot more cluttered. There are a lot more tents around. For example, here the pond on the left as you come out from the elevator isn't actually there. There is a lot more of those like hide walls, if you will, that you could just see briefly there before I got in the tower. And yeah, we will be meeting Cairn Bloodhoof now, hopefully. As well as on his floor, you can see here there is a big tent in the middle. I think this space is usually unoccupied and there is a bonfire there as well as some of his honor guard. The guy inside the tent even has a quest, but sadly I can't take it yet, so we don't really know what it is. I guess a quick Google search would probably let us know what quest this NPC has in the 1.12 version if he does exist. And this is Cairn. So same with Thrall, he doesn't have textures yet. I guess they were planning something really special for the faction leaders. I mean, remember, Sylvanas isn't even in the game yet. The only one in Undercity is actually Barremathras, and he looks exactly as he does in 1.12. Maybe a little bit more detailed, I'm not sure about that. At least I kind of like the way his alpha model looks. but there is like not a lot of difference. There's maybe like, you know, a 10% difference to the way he looks in 1.12. As we run over to the Hunter's Rise, because I wanted to check out if the buildings that would later on house the Battleground NPCs are occupied at this point or if they're just empty. And the answer to that is the latter. They are just empty, although Con Yellow Eyes hangs out here. Not familiar with that NPC. I do know a little bit about this game, but sadly I don't know every NPC by heart, which would anyways be probably a little bit scary. So yeah, the Hunter's Hall looks just as it should. There are the warrior and the hunter trainers lumped together, just like in Ironforge. Warriors and hunters do seem to like to hang out together. And with that being said, we are already 10 to 11 minutes in and we are going to be nearing the end of the video. I just wanted to say once again, thank you all for your support. I appreciate it so much. If you're not subscribed yet and you enjoy what you're seeing, and if you want to see more WoW Alpha content and WoW Classic content in general, or RPG content of any kind, then do consider sticking around, liking, and subscribing. I've been doing this for a month and I am trying to improve every day, and I hope that it does show in the quality of the videos. I think we've already come a long way and we're going to be going even further with your support and with your enjoyment. So with that being said, have a great day and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.